Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I'm doing well. And let's get into today's reaction video, shall we? It's going to be about the pineal gland because a big part of my channel focuses on spirituality. Okay, I'm into faith, so Christian, Catholic, and I'm into spirituality as well. So they like to divide it as if you have to choose one or the other, but I embrace both, and I think it's a beautiful thing. So, so let's get into this, okay? Let's react to this and see what's going on.
Scientific research has shown that the pineal gland becomes calcified and hardened in most adults due to modern lifestyle factors. This calcification appears to block the healthy functioning of the gland, limiting its ability to produce certain hormones and neurotransmitters linked to expanded consciousness. A properly functioning pineal gland can induce mystical states of consciousness, create psychedelic inner visions, enable lucid dreaming, enhance psychic abilities, unleash creativity, stimulate deeper intuition, and possibly even tap into a universal intelligence normally beyond our awareness. By removing calcification,
That's known as the sacred secretion. So check that out.
and activating the pineal, we may be able to elevate our consciousness and access higher states of being. The pineal gland produces melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles and offers neuroprotective effects. But most intriguingly, when activated, the pineal gland produces DMT, a powerful psychedelic neurotransmitter that induces mystical visions and even near-death experiences.
If you activate the sacred secretion in your body the right way and you do it properly, and your cup runneth over, as it talks about in the Bible, bro, it is the most mystical experience ever. It transformed my life forever on February 15th, 2023. And these two oils go down the Ida and the Pingala nerve, and they almost look like a double helix because they go like this. And then when one's going left to right, one's going right to left. So they cross each other, like keep doing that, right? And it goes down your spinal cord, sits at the sacrum for a while, goes back up and rises on the third day is what they talk about, and leaving the tomb, being crucified at the crux, which is a bone in your neck, where it looks like it forms the cross, like where the center point of it would be. It's right in the back, and then it goes up to Golgotha, which was known as the place of the skull in the Bible. But bro, it's all metaphors. But I'm not saying the Bible's not real. I'm saying I believe it's literal stories, and I believe it's also metaphorical. Obviously, you can see the parallels. It doesn't, just because one exists doesn't mean the other one can't. It doesn't mean one or the other or the one. No, it can be both. It could be all, or it could be none. But what do you believe? So let's get into this.
The neurotransmitters created by the pineal gland interact with other parts of the brain to open what neuroscientist Rick Strassman calls the inner doorway to expanded consciousness. Throughout history, saints, shamans, prophets, and spiritual adepts of all kinds have associated the pineal gland with psychic awareness and access to divine realms of cosmic consciousness. From ancient Egypt and Greece to India and China, the pineal has been viewed as the organizing center for spiritual vision. Descartes famously called the pineal the seat of the soul. But in our modern world, this tiny gland has become calcified and dormant in most people. By decalcifying and activating your pineal gland, you can take steps to elevate your consciousness and tap into greater wisdom, creativity, intuition, and inspiration. With an open, thriving pineal gland, we open the inner doorway to our highest possible spiritual evolution. If you're ready to open that doorway, give us a like and subscribe. One of the most detrimental substances to the healthy functioning of your pineal gland is fluoride. Fluoride exposure from tap water dental products, and other sources causes more calcification of the pineal gland than perhaps any other factor. Fluoride molecules easily accumulate in the pineal because the gland contains hydroxyapatite crystals, which attract and bind to fluoride. This causes layers of hard fluoride deposits to gradually form in the pineal and block its proper functioning. Numerous studies on animals and some human research has confirmed that fluoride deposition leads to reduced melatonin production and less activity in the pineal gland.
Of course. Why do you think that there's... I'm sorry. Why do you think that there's fluoride in the water that we drink? Wait for it. The water that we bathe and shower in. Wait. Any other thing that's made with water is made with water that has the fluoride in it. So Gatorade, whatever. I will give a shout out to vitamin water because when you read the first ingredient, it is reverse osmosis water. So if they're telling the truth, that's great. That it's actually healthy and it's been pulled out. I'm pretty sure if it's reverse osmosis water, it should not have heavy metals and chemicals and fluoride in it, right? There is another way. There's another one. There's hydrolyzed alkalized water or something like that, which you can make at home. It's like a process, like a 1 to 4 step process or whatever. I forget. I need to brush up on that. But yeah, let's get back into this because the pineal gland is awesome. It is the spiritual center. Some say it's the seat of the soul. That's where if you believe we're souls, which I do, some people say that's where we're actually chilling. Like that's where we are, is in the brain. Sometimes feeling wise, I felt almost like our soul is like in our like soul, get it, solar plexus, around there. Like there's the heart, and then lower and in the center. That's right where I can like punch myself when I gut check myself all the time to see if my abs are still holding up strong enough. That's it. That's where I believe the soul is actually. But they say, some people argue that it's up here. I don't know. Who knows, right? But maybe what I'm feeling is just the center of our being, or my being. So maybe that's where it gets a little misconstrued. But let's go.
What do you mean the sale ends today? Yes, the sale ends today. This is the last chance to get the best sale of the...
Calm down, guy.
Fluoride not only calcifies the pineal tissue, but also damages the pinealocytes themselves. Pinealocytes are the specialized cells in the pineal that produce melatonin, DMT, and other hormones. Pervasive fluoride exposure impairs pinealocytes and causes them to become dysfunctional or to stop producing hormones altogether. Research has found up to a 50 to 75% reduction in melatonin from pineal glands in animals treated with fluoride. The pineal suffers more fluoride damage and calcification than any other part of the body.
They know what they're doing. Poison the waters that you drink and shower and bathe with, but not theirs, because you can buy shower heads that pull the fluoride out, just so you know. You can buy shower heads that pull out the fluoride and the heavy metals, which I'm going to eventually buy one of those. And I'm also going to buy, I think, a $200 to $500 reverse osmosis water machine. But it's more than just the reverse osmosis. It makes sure that it pulls out all toxic heavy earth metals and all fluoride and things like that. So you're just left with pure hydration, which is what your body needs and wants. And once you're able to control the water that you're putting in your body and on your body, because your skin is your biggest organ, bro, so it's absorbing a lot from what you shower in, or even if you bathe, it's all the same, okay? But you can do this. You can start here, okay? So start at investing in your future. If you want to be drinking water that doesn't make you dumb, then you should do things like this. That's what I want to do. Now, thank God we're still pretty smart people, we're quite intelligent, but we want to reach this new level, right? Wouldn't you want to reach a new plateau if you knew 100% that you could get there, and somebody told you the blueprint, gave you the blueprint and said this is how to do it, and it's not even that challenging. You just invest some money, and once you buy it, it's yours forever, and you can help whoever you're with, your parents, your significant other, and then they too can join you on your spiritual journey. All right, let's go.
Considering how fluoride toxicity hinders the pineal gland and limits its ability to expand our consciousness, avoiding fluoride may be the single most important step to decalcify your pineal gland. The less you expose yourself to fluoride, the less will accumulate in your pineal gland. Comment below if you're going to be more aware of fluoride consumption.
What he said.
After
Number 2,
limiting
reduce
fluoride,
sugar
the
intake.
next most important thing you can do to decalcify your pineal gland is to significantly cut back on sugar intake.
Okay.
Eating a diet high in refined sugars and excessive carbohydrates can wreak havoc on your pineal gland in multiple ways. Sugar triggers processes that damage the pineal, while all
This is rough, okay? I've gotten better at it. I don't drink soda anymore. I only drink seltzer water, normal water, and like ginger ale sometimes. But no like Coca-Cola or Mountain Dew. I don't do it anymore. I know how bad it is. I know that it's goy slop is what they're calling it nowadays, but it's what these people want to make us eat. They want us to be eating the bugs, like that guy from the World Economic Forum saying, they will eat the bugs, you will own nothing and be happy. Like, no, Klaus Schwab, we're all right. We're going to be okay doing our thing, bro. And for you to think somebody of your caliber and stature is going to come in here and try to tell us what we're going to do and we're just going to bow to you, bro, let's square up. Let's go. We need to go. We need to go have a quick round out back, because we're not playing that game, bro.
also directly promoting calcification. Reducing your sugar load allows your pineal health to improve. Understanding how excess sugar intake damages your pineal requires looking at the importance of insulin in your body. When you eat sugar or refined carbohydrates, your blood glucose levels spike. In response, your pancreas starts secreting more insulin into your bloodstream to bring your glucose levels back down into a healthy range.
Trying to fix it, yeah.
However, over time, consistently eating too much sugar causes your cells to become resistant to insulin signals due to overexposure. This insulin resistance then leads to chronically elevated insulin and blood sugar levels, which are extremely toxic conditions. Insulin resistance and chronically high insulin create an inflammatory internal state that damages tissues throughout your body.
And Allah will ask on the Day of Judgment, who did this to you? Who put you in this situation?
God bless.
High blood sugar combined with diabetes-like insulin resistance severely restricts blood flow to the pineal gland. Restricted blood flow causes the pineal to suffocate from lack of oxygen. Elevated sugar also increases glycation, where sugar molecules bind to and destroy cellular structures and DNA integrity. High insulin turbocharges the process of calcification by driving excess calcium into the pineal gland. Research confirms that insulin resistance and deficient cellular glucose metabolism are linked with pineal gland calcification. In addition to these indirect effects, excess sugar also directly causes calcification by saturating your blood. When you flood your system with sugar, some of this sugar crystallizes in your soft tissues. Sugar acts as a concrete-like material that slowly hardens in your pineal. The sugary blood also pulls calcium from your bones to neutralize the intense acidity it creates.
Not
This
good, man.
liberated calcium infiltrates the pineal as well. The more sugar you eat, the more you feed the calcification process in your pineal gland. To decalcify your pineal, you must break away from reliance on sugar. Supporting healthy blood sugar balance through a low-sugar diet is crucial for optimizing pineal health.
Okay, so the first two that he talked about is controlling the water that we're putting in, or any liquid that we're ingesting. Okay, make sure it does not have fluoride or toxic heavy earth metals or anything like that in it, okay? Also, not only that, but the water you shower and bathe with. So anything you have to do with water touching or going into or around your body, work on that. That's step one. Step two is cutting out sugar. I would start with cutting out sodas. If it's hard to put it down because you like the bubbles, and like when you chug a soda, your eyes feel like that water and then it feels good and you're like, I love the bubbles going down. I am the same way. That's why I switched to seltzer water. You can get all these different flavors. There's so many flavors, you're bound to like 1 to 3 of them. So just try it out, you know. If you can get that done, then also start eating single food ingredients: steak, chicken, eggs, stuff like that. Unfortunately, even bread that you buy at stores is different now. I saw a video of a guy who showed that it was 3 months old with no mold on it. So they're doing something to make it not mold, but do you want to be ingesting that anti-mold stuff, or would you rather have something that has a shelf life, something that's real? So just be aware of that. And this video is 5 ways, so we're only 2 ways down. So let's find out what number 3 is soon.
Feed your body fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, spices, herbs, healthy oils, clean proteins, and ancient superfoods like spirulina, chlorella, and raw cacao.
I've heard of it.
Your pineal will thank you.
Spirulina.
One of the
Supplement with
main hormones
melatonin.
secreted by the pineal gland is melatonin.
Wow.
Melatonin levels fluctuate on a circadian rhythm and govern wake-sleep cycles and various metabolic processes.
I have to take
Melatonin
notes.
also offers neuroprotective benefits as a powerful antioxidant. It
Come with me over here.
neutralizes inflammation, removes free radicals, boosts mitochondrial function, enhances immune activity, supports enzyme production, and
Yeah.
has anti-diabetic effects. Maintaining healthy melatonin levels from an active pineal gland provides wide-ranging advantages for your brain and body. However, as we age and accumulate more lifestyle stress factors, the pineal gland calcifies and produces less melatonin. By middle age, the pineal is essentially deactivated with melatonin secretion down 75% or more from youthful levels. Elderly people often have extremely low nighttime melatonin. Reduced melatonin from a calcified gland negatively impacts sleep quality, neurological health, hormone balance, and more. Taking melatonin before bed supports healthy circadian rhythms and provides the needed levels if your pineal cannot meet your body's demands. Melatonin supplements are widely available, affordable, and generally safe when used properly under the right circumstances. Supplementing exogenous melatonin provides a direct replenishment of your melatonin levels if your pineal cannot produce enough. However, it is crucial to remember that melatonin should only be supplemented in the evening close to bedtime, preferably before 10 p.m. Melatonin is a powerful sleep regulator, and taking it early in the day can negatively impact your energy levels and circadian rhythm. Additionally, some people report increased vivid dreams and disruption of sleep architecture from improper melatonin supplementation. Start low and see how your body responds. Most importantly, consult your doctor before beginning to take melatonin, especially if you have an autoimmune disorder or take blood thinners or immune suppressants. When used wisely and under the
I've taken melatonin before to aid me in sleep. Usually for years, for like 14 years, I've been taking trazodone off and on as I have it prescribed to me. But sometimes melatonin, or if I'm out of trazodone, I need melatonin, because when you're used to sleeping medicines that are strong, like trazodone, or some people take even Seroquel, but when you're used to stuff like that and then you go the next night and don't take anything, like nothing, it's really hard to sleep. Sometimes it's impossible the first 1 to 3 nights. After that, your body will shut down and eventually go back to sleep. But it's like coming off of like narcotics as well. Same thing, you know what I mean? So, but melatonin, yeah, you can supplement if you're not on something like trazodone, like me. Say you don't take anything, and you're somebody who rolls around in your sleep, or you don't get the deep REM sleep or remember your dreams, that's not because of cannabis. It's just in general. Then try melatonin. It's probably going to help you with your dream state, deeper REM sleep. And apparently, now it helps to decalcify the pineal gland or prevent it from being further calcified. One of the two. Yeah? Let's go.
Right circumstances, melatonin supplementation can be an easy way to support pineal gland health.
Number 4, eat
An
raw
unlikely
cacao.
pineal superfood that may help decalcify tissue buildup is raw cacao. Cacao contains a blend of unique antioxidants, minerals, neurotransmitter precursors, and other beneficial compounds that together make it an extraordinarily health-promoting food.
There's other things they mentioned, which is spirulina. I'm gonna write that down. Spirulina. I saw them say it. Spirulina, raw cacao. There was a third one. Oh, man. Hopefully we find out.
Especially for the brain and pineal gland. Eating raw, unprocessed, organic cacao regularly can protect your pineal from free radical damage while assisting in cleansing calcification. Cacao provides some of the highest amounts of any food of pineal essential minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron that nourish pinealocytes and facilitate melatonin and DMT synthesis. It also contains tryptophan, a precursor molecule the pineal gland needs to make melatonin, DMT, and serotonin. Additionally, raw cacao beans are one of the highest natural food sources of PEA, phenylethylamine. PEA is an energizing neurotransmitter that promotes focus, alertness, and a positive mood. However, to receive the pineal benefits of cacao, it absolutely must be raw and unheated. Sadly, most commercial chocolates and cocoa powders are roasted or processed at very high temperatures.
Of course they are. Why do you think they do that? So we don't get the benefits.
High temperatures that destroy the delicate nutrients. This denatures the compounds, so you do not experience the same effects. To decalcify your pineal, seek out raw, organic, fermented cacao beans, nibs.
Raw, organic, fermented.
You can add these superfood forms to smoothies, or simply eat a small amount of quality organic dark chocolate with at least 75% cacao content.
Dark chocolate.
The higher the percentage, the more intact flavonoids and pineal activating ingredients you will consume. When looking for raw cacao products, be sure they are truly raw and not just labeled natural cocoa or raw chocolate that has still been exposed to high heat.
Okay.
Seek out reputable, health-conscious brands that state it is unheated or cold-pressed. You want to maximize the preservation of live enzymes and antioxidant integrity. The best raw cacao is fermented, which activates the enzymes and nutrients to a more bioavailable form. Savoring just a little bit of truly raw cacao each day can provide an enjoyable decalcifying treat for your time-worn pineal gland. Certain herbs and minerals have also shown promise for helping decalcify and stimulate the pineal gland. As always, speak with your doctor before trying new herbs or significantly increasing mineral intake, especially if you have any medical condition. Although natural.
This makes sense though, because when I had my first and my very strongest sacred secretion activation through the pineal gland and pushing two different fluids down the ida and the pingala nerves all the way to the base of my spine to the sacrum, sits there for a bit, then it shoots back up your spinal cord slowly but surely, and it reaches the optic thalamus, known as the light of the world, returns to the pineal gland, and it's the oil, the refined oil, is 1,000 times stronger now. It's vibrating at a very high rate, and when it hits your pineal gland, boom, super consciousness. You are tapped in. That is tapping in with Source or God directly. In the Bible, it mentions Jacob's ladder, and it mentions other things, allegories. It mentions seeing God face to face. I think it was Jacob, and he called the place Pineal. And if you spell it a little different, it's like pineal. Either way, it sounds like pineal. Do you think they mean pineal gland? When he tapped into his pineal gland, he saw God face to face, or source consciousness, which is what many believe God to be. But yeah, so the first one, so we have water. Make sure you're controlling what you're drinking and what you're showering with. No fluoride, no nothing, no heavy metals. Number two, no sugar. No sugar in what you're drinking, no sugar in what you're eating. Cut out these things like Doritos and Smart Food. I know I love them. I eat them sometimes. The small bags, the 2 for $1 ones when I'm on break. I need to get better at that because I need to fully cut it out. Not like, oh, only 5% of my meals, 5% of what I'm putting in my body is bad stuff, so it's fine. No, I need to get rid of it all. So really master those two things. Yeah, it has to do with water, what you're drinking, and food, what you're eating. Very important. Number three, melatonin. You could supplement with that. That's going to aid in your pineal gland. You know, it's a good thing. Okay, number four, eat raw cacao. So yet again, we're talking about ingesting things. Okay, and then number five, take herbs and minerals. So I assume he means herbs like they mentioned earlier, spirulina, stuff like that. And then other herbs like greens and stuff. But also minerals. That makes me think of supplementation. So if you're not getting enough magnesium, zinc, or iron, which they said all three help the pineal gland, then you might need a supplement with those. They're quite cheap, you know what I mean? And the way I used to live, I used to burn money, like not literally, but I used to burn through money on dumb things. So you can invest in yourself, and it's not as expensive, and so you're able to do it, and it's well worth the cause, okay?
These suggestions can be quite powerful and require proper precautions. Here are some of the most researched pineal-enhancing herbs and minerals. Iodine. This essential mineral is concentrated in the pineal gland and is critical for its proper functioning. Iodine deficiency leads to pineal gland calcification and hypothyroid issues. Supplementing iodine can help reverse calcification and boost pineal activity. Kelp tablets provide an easy source of iodine. Boron. Boron is another mineral needed for nourishing the endocrine glands like the pineal. It also reduces systemic inflammation, potentially slowing pineal calcification. Boron aids in activating pinealocytes and DMT synthesis.
Hello.
Do you want to play with me?
Sure. You want me to help you with your groceries?
Yeah.
This journey with childhood cancer.
You want me to help you with groceries? Yeah!
Synthesis.
All right, let's go.
Get boron from eating nuts, avocados, raisins, and dates. Zinc. This essential trace mineral supports healthy melatonin production in the pineal gland. Zinc deficiency can reduce melatonin levels. Supplementing zinc reverses this decline and supports pinealocytes. Magnesium. One of the most important minerals for the pineal is magnesium, which prevents calcification. It also enhances melatonin synthesis and diffusion, allowing you to achieve deeper sleep. Gotu kola. This ancient Ayurvedic herb has been revered for thousands of years as a brain tonic that awakens the pineal gland and stimulates the crown chakra.
Some of these are a little more difficult to get your hands on, like he mentioned Gotu kola, and then also some other things like why am I not seeing it right now? I'm looking for it literally as I'm talking to you. Spirulina. Like what hopefully you can find that in the supermarkets, because I have no idea. If not, I'm sure you can get all of these online. So it's still quite easy to get if you have like Amazon or something like that. But I don't know. Let's go.
Extracts provide a rich source of pineal protective antioxidants. Silene capensis. This night-blooming African dream herb contains glycosides that give it pineal-stimulating effects to induce lucid dreaming. Silene capensis may help decalcify.
So, okay, now I am going to write it down. What is it? Silene, and then capensis, capen, like quit capen, Capen, and then sis. That's crazy, bro. Once they said that it was good for that as well, I said that's important enough to write down. Lucid dreaming.
While also activating a sluggish pineal gland, nourishing your endocrine glands and neurotransmitter status with the right plant medicines and micronutrients provides an invaluable accompaniment to your lifestyle adjustments for optimizing pineal health on all levels. A thriving pineal gland is key to awakening our spiritual potential.
Conclusive
A properly
reasoning.
functioning pineal gland is central to physical health as well as expanded consciousness and enlightenment. However, the majority of modern adults have accumulated substantial calcification in this tiny mystical gland, causing
Of
it to
course.
become dormant and blocked.
And I wonder, it's as if almost every single one of us have a blocked pineal gland, and none of us tried to have a blocked pineal gland. So it was almost as if the cards have been dealt to us this way, as if the water we typically drink and think is safe, which it is to an extent. It's not as if it kills us or stops it. It does give us life and sustain us. That's great. But they've managed to put just the right amount of things into it, just to dumb us down just enough to be good little worker bees, so that these rich billionaires who study astrology and actually homeopathic remedies, when they tell us, oh, the pharmacy's for you guys, not for us. Oh yeah, we listen to medicine. But then they also pay people to put out hit pieces against natural medicine and to make it sound bad and not effective, so that we'll go to the pharmacies, so that we'll stay in the little loop. Dude, the system itself is the things that the little mice and gerbils run on, and we are the mice and gerbils. You have to get off of that and get out of the man-made system and step into planet Earth. That's what spirituality is all about in this age. Let's go.
This impedes the pineal from providing its full spectrum of benefits, ranging
Yeah.
from hormone balance to enhanced spiritual insight. By removing the toxic buildup through targeted lifestyle adjustments and supplementation, we can decalcify and reactivate the pineal. Fluoride avoidance, sugar reduction, melatonin supplementation, raw cacao consumption, and certain targeted herbs and minerals together offer a holistic approach to decalcification.
Great video.
You can also support your detox pathways through exercise, hydration, meditation, sauna therapy, and getting ample amounts of antioxidants. Reducing stress and inflammation will further help curb pineal calcification. As the calcified layers gradually lift,
Exercise.
your pineal will begin to revive itself and restore healthy functioning. You may find your ability to lucid dream improves dramatically. Psychic sensibilities and precognitive intuitions often become magnified as the pineal awakens. Some
Yeah, I had the
people even
crazy
perceive
dreams,
visionary
bro.
lights or mystical experiences as their long-dormant pineal gland reactivates. Artistic and creative flow states may also increase as your pineal unleashes its natural hormones. Above all, by making dedicated efforts to decalcify your pineal, you open the third eye gateway to the awakening of your higher spiritual potential. An active, thriving pineal gland creates the inner energetic conditions for elevated consciousness and access to broader planes of reality. As you remove the calcific barriers clouding your pineal, you take the first steps on the path to seeking deeper self-realization, wisdom, and purpose. Let your decalcified, unobstructed pineal gland be your guide to navigating higher dimensions of knowledge, creativity, and inspiration.
Nice. That was a great video. All right, so in summary, that's great. I would say number 5 things to decalcify your pineal gland. Okay, number 1, the water that you're drinking and putting over you, like showering and bathing. Number 2, no sugar. Cut out the sugar that you drink through the sugary drinks and energy drinks and sodas, and also cut out the sugar that you're consuming through food that they call food. Okay, eat single ingredients, basic food, simple, clean foods. Number 3, melatonin supplementation at nighttime to help you with sleeping and lucid dreaming and vivid dreaming and staying asleep when you're asleep. You won't be rolling around as much. Better, deeper REM sleep. Also aids in melatonin production and serotonin production through the pineal gland, okay? Number 4, eat raw cacao. That is a recommendation. I think he was mentioning that if you get raw cacao the right way, it has magnesium, zinc, and iron. 3 things that help the pineal gland and our body in general, okay? That was 4, okay? Number 5, take herbs and minerals, okay? So iodine, boron, zinc, magnesium, gotu kola, silene capensis for lucid dreaming, and other things, okay? So when you can tackle each of these one at a time, start with the simple ones that you yourself can control. It's going to be a little expensive to buy a reverse osmosis water machine or one that just gets rid of everything else, like all the toxic earth metals, the heavy metals, and fluoride as well. But yeah, if you don't have the money, then work on the other things you can control. Melatonin is very cheap, and that would last you a month or 2 each time you buy a bottle of it. Or no sugar. Just if you're having financial trouble, at least say, well, I'm just going to go ahead and not ingest a bunch of fake food that's bad for me. That's the first way to start fighting back against the system and reclaiming your true divinity. All right, that's all. And then he mentioned even not lucky, but number 6. He added number 6 at the end, and it said exercise. So like sweating excessively, and when you exercise a lot and do that, you're sweating out toxins and stuff. Anything that is bad and that happened to go into your body, it's going to get pushed out over time. So that's good. Consistently do that. Also, exercising primes the nervous system, which helps you. It's what aided me in being able to activate the sacred secretion. Because if you're not pushing the 2 oils down the Ida and the Pingala, then you're not tapping into the sacred secretion at all. Because that's step 1, is those oils your cup must runneth over. So your body has to be primed so that your brain can produce massive amounts of melatonin, serotonin, other things like that. Electrically charged oils and magnetically charged. You have the masculine property and the feminine property. But we'll get into more topics like that in the next one. I'm starting to finally realize that my channel is going to be focused more on faith and spirituality. So it's the spirit side, like our soul. I'm talking to everybody's soul, who they really are. I'm not going to talk about this physical stuff. Like, I was thinking about doing like cooking channels and stuff, but that's just like physical. Like, today we're buying this food, then we shall prep it and cook it, and then they will enjoy it. Like, that's just physical material stuff. I'm more interested in the soul, the spirit, the unseen realm, and that's where my channel's taking me lately. So thanks so much for stopping by. Until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and live lavishly. I'm going to see all of you in the next reaction video. Thanks so much for watching Sigma Reacts, and y'all have a great day. Until next time, just know that I love you all. Peace.